Well, hello, dear friends. How are you all? Welcome to Balmurti Online. I'm Meet Shukla, and this journey is brought to you by the Unified Growth Foundation. Well, we share our kids' milestones with pride, first steps, school awards, and those goofy smiles. But have we ever paused to ask, do they want to be shared? This episode, Sharenting, a quiet wake up call, takes a gentle but honest look at what it means when a child becomes content, often without their say. Curated by the Balmurti editorial team, this reflection invites us all, especially parents, to rethink what love looks like in the digital age. Now, before we begin, if you are only listening and not watching this podcast, make sure to check out our channel for the video version of this very same episode and to explore more parenting videos like this one. Let's have a look.
Hello and welcome everyone. You're listening to our weekly chat. I'm Gaurav.
And I'm Sophia. So, Gaurav, picture this. You open your phone in the morning. What's the first thing you see on your social media feed?
Now that's easy. My cousin's baby, like absolutely covered in dal, my friend's daughter beaming on her first day at school, and probably 10 different videos of toddlers dancing to the latest trending song. It's sweet, but
Yeah,
it's a lot, no?
it is. And that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Okay.
This phenomenon called sharenting. It's a term that's popped up from combining sharing and parenting. And it's basically about our modern habit of constantly posting about our kids online.
Right. From the very first ultrasound picture to their college graduation day. I mean, we are documenting every single moment. But the interesting thing, Sophia, is that a new question is starting to emerge from all this.
Oh, and what's that?
The kids themselves. They're growing up and starting to ask, Mom, Dad, can you please not post that?
Right.
Or can you please take that video down?
Exactly. And it's about time we listened. I was going through some really powerful insights on this, curated by the Balmurti editorial team for their Balmurti Online in English project. It's a fantastic initiative by the Unified Growth Foundation.
Wow.
And they've highlighted that we're at a crucial point where children are finally, asking for their privacy back.
It's a huge deal. Because for the first time in history, a generation is growing up with a digital identity they didn't choose. Think about it. Before they can even spell their own name, they've been hashtagged. Before they can say the word privacy, their face is stored on countless cloud servers.
And the risks associated with that are so real. I was reading about the long-term exposure aspect. Once a photo's online, it's basically permanent. Even if you delete it, screenshots and data scraping by AI mean you've lost control.
And beyond the data, there's the emotional side. Some research I saw from the Mott Children's Hospital shows that a huge number of teens feel embarrassed or anxious about their childhood photos being public.
Yeah.
What feels like a funny, harmless joke to a parent can feel like a deep betrayal to a 13-year-old.
It reminds me of this story I heard about a girl, let's call her Anika. When she was about 7, her mom posted a video of her singing a Bollywood song completely off-key at a family function.
Oh boy.
It was hilarious. Got hundreds of likes. Family all over the world commented on it.
Oh no, I have a bad feeling about where this is going.
Exactly. Years later, when Anika was in 9th grade, a classmate found it. It became a meme at her school. Kids would hum the tune when she walked past. It was utterly mortifying for her. She felt like her most private, embarrassing moment was on public display forever.
That's just heartbreaking. And it proves it's not just about feelings, right?
No.
It's about genuine safety risks. Things we don't even think about. A school logo on a uniform, a geotag showing you're at a park in South Delhi every Saturday. All this information can just be pieced together and misused.
Absolutely. In fact, a Barclay study pointed out that this kind of oversharing could set children up for identity fraud issues in the future. This is a topic that today's parents and children will deeply relate to.
Right.
And the facts are based on insights from global platforms like the World Forum. It's a worldwide conversation.
But we have to be clear, Sophia. This isn't about blaming parents. Not at all. Most parents who post, they do it out of pure love and overwhelming pride. We are, of course, the first generation of parents raising kids in this hyper-digital world. As some research from Oxford University Press by Livingston and Blumross puts it, we are all parenting for a digital future and just learning as we go.
You're so right. The intent is almost always love. The problem is simply a lack of awareness.
Exactly.
And now our kids are giving us the feedback we never had. They're not shaming us, they're asking us to evolve with them.
So what's the mindful shift? I mean, how do we navigate this better?
The solutions are actually quite simple and they're all rooted in respect. First, just ask for permission. Even a 6-year-old can tell you if they're comfortable with a photo being shared. If they hesitate, trust that feeling.
That's a powerful and simple first step. What else?
Be selective. Maybe the world doesn't need to see the vulnerable moments, the tantrums, the potty training struggles, the crying fits. Children deserve their emotional privacy, especially during tough times. Also, a big one, skip personal identifiers. No full names, no school locations, no specific routine tags.
And maybe we can rethink where we share. Instead of a public Facebook or Instagram timeline, what about a private WhatsApp group just for the grandparents and close family?
Precisely. And as kids get older, empower them. Let your 11 or 12-year-old have the final say on what goes online. This is a core idea that organizations like UNICEF are championing, respecting children's rights in the digital age.
It all comes down to teaching digital empathy, doesn't it? And it begins at home. Our kids are watching how we use our phones.
Oh, absolutely.
They notice when a precious family moment instantly becomes content for an audience. When we pause and ask ourselves, is this my story to share or is it theirs? We teach them that people always come first before posts.
That's the heart of it. It's not about being a perfect parent, but an intentional one. We want our children to grow up feeling not just loved, but also deeply respected.
So, now here's a question we'd like you to leave with. The next time you're about to post a picture of your child, pause for a second and ask yourself, when they grow up and see this, what do I want them to feel?
Something to reflect on. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
So the next time your phone reaches for a moment, just pause. Ask yourself, is this mine to share or theirs to hold? We are all learning this together. And that's the beauty of it. We can change directions one conscious choice at a time. I would love to hear your thoughts. Has this episode changed the way you think about posting photos of your kids? Share your reflections in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on our social media handles and visit our website for more such meaningful conversations that matter. Namaskar.